We are live. It is 3:04 Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:04 GMT in the UK. It's Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe.
Hey.
Coming to you live the 17th day of December 2023 in the year of our Lord, 2023 AD. If you're watching the channel and watching the stream, you should be. If you're not, you are probably like, who was it? Neil driving back, and then he got home and then they had to do a bunch of stuff, so he basically didn't want to join the stream. That's fine. We have Dan It's Dan, GroundedTech. He decided to swing on by to waste an hour of his life. He's never going to get back.
I wouldn't call it a waste. Come on.
Come on.
I love being here.
You clearly haven't seen the 64 prior episodes. We have tried
64.
I believe I featured in some of them.
Yes, you have. And we have tried to put ourselves up as a podcast of extraordinary professionalism and high standards. However, as I listen back to those 64 shows, we kind of suck a little bit. Actually, quite a lot, except for the shows you're on. And all the guests are great. It's Joe and I that are a little sketchy. Just so.
I mean,
that's fair.
Maybe Joe, but
yeah, it's fair.
I'm joking.
That's okay. No, I apologize for being a little self-deprecating to start the show, but hey, that's how it is here at the Nomad Tech Project.
I have to say, like, your guys' show is my favorite show.
Oh wow, thanks, mate. That's a big show.
I'm not just saying that. I genuinely enjoy listening to the show, watching the show. I don't watch many shows. Don't get me wrong, I really love Juan and TK's Best of Our Week show as well. But most of the time I can't tune into that live either. So
yeah, I always miss it live.
I do enjoy listening to you guys chat and the people that you have on. It's just a really good chill stream. Love it.
We appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. We love the feedback, and I was trying to type ER, but I can't type because apparently I'm dyslexic. But that's Kate.
Simon's straight in there. Simon is straight in there saying, Dan, the iPhone man.
Like,
holy crap.
Well, I mean, so what?
Not for long, I feel.
So are we testing that? What is the deal? I saw that you got that, and I don't know if you're testing. Are you?
Well, this is just how I am. I have to just try things. Even though I was really loving the Xperia 1 Mark V, I was really enjoying that phone. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get the iPhone. I'm just going to get it. And
why not?
And that's Milo.
She's unhappy. Sounds mad.
Jackie was leaving. My other half, she's going to the gym, and Milo does not like either of us leaving. So, yeah, he gets a little bit.
How dare you?
He's going to kill somebody.
How dare you leave?
I thought I'd get the iPhone, and it's been 2 months. It's been over 2 months now that I've had it, and even though I really like the Xperia, I thought I'll give it a go. I've not had an iPhone for a while. The 11 was the last one that I had. So I thought, you know what? I'll just give it a go. It looks like it'll probably be the best iPhone in a long time. I very much enjoy it. Come
on, Dan, do overview, pros and cons. What you found?
Pros and cons. To be honest, there's not really many cons. It's just a really good all-round device. Despite the fact that it's got the USB-C now, just makes it much more straightforward.
Definitely.
The only thing I'm not really enjoying is the camera side of things. I'm not really keen on the auto mode. I'm not keen on the focus distance. Is a bit of a pain. I mean, I was literally went to my other half's aunties tonight to look at their new Yorkie puppy. It's the cutest thing. Obviously, we've got 2 Yorkies, so absolutely love Yorkies. And it was sort of lower light, but I'm trying to get a photo off the iPhone. Holy crap, I could not get one. I couldn't get one.
Yeah, and
it just bugged the hell out of me.
Now, I'm curious, is it just because it doesn't have like a pro mode, or and I guess that's a question for most Android users. We're kind of used to having a pro mode and that kind of thing, whereas with iOS, you have probably like maybe a manual mode. I don't know. I haven't used a more recent iPhone. I have a work device that's an iPhone, and it's a 13, and I don't think I've ever taken a picture with it because I just don't want to. Well, it's for security reasons. I just don't want I just don't want my employer they get to see what's on there. And if I don't take I took a picture of my daughter's cat. I think that's the only picture I took. But is it just you wouldn't take the picture? It struggled like they looked blurry. Like what was wrong with the image?
Mostly blurry. Okay. I think it could have just been that it was just a little bit too low light. But I kind of feel like if I'd have had a pixel on me, I probably would have been able to get a salvageable shot.
Well, now were you inside in a low light shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're in a dark room, how many people have like a dark, like?
Yeah, it wasn't
dark. Most rooms where people are in usually have some, desk lamps.
You've got Christmas tree lights, Christmas decorations all over the place. But it's just a little bit frustrating on that camera experience. Other than that, it is, in my opinion, the best iPhone that's been made. I think it genuinely is. I've had no issue.
Just like they said.
Yeah, I really think it is. I mean, it should be, but I think this year it actually is. I've got some nice photos out of it. Don't get me wrong, but
have you found the zoom, the 5x? You got
I'm only on the Pro. Right? I'm only on the Pro.
You're on the Pro. Oh, okay. So the zoom gap's better on that though, in a way.
I like a 3x. I do like a 3x because I take a lot of photos at that sort of range. But then at the same time, when I first picked up the phone and I went down to London for EGX, I really wanted the 5x. I mean, I met up with Mac, and he had the iPhone and the Pixel, just to make me feel really inferior.
Yeah.
And the 5x in that situation, so nice to have. But
he's also massive, Sam. By the way, this guy is like
no
he needs the Max phones. He needs the big phones to match him.
Yeah,
holy shit.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I was at Costco the other day, was getting some stuff, and they have like Windows computers and TVs and stuff, like kind of a little electronics department. And they had a couple of MacBooks, and then I guess it was I don't think it was is it iMac? I don't know. It's the one that was okay. So they had an iMac. I will tell you, I was kind of like messing with it because I don't really know the OS that well. I'm kind of just sitting there waiting for my wife to come back. It was like 5 minutes. I don't know what it is about the screen, but the screens on there are ridiculous. Like I look at my, I've got a large HP monitor. It's like a 32-inch monitor. It's really nice, but I was really kind of blown away about like how the OS looked. I mean, just like having the bar of icons. I'm like, holy cow! Like I kind of think I like Mac OS, at least just for the little 5 minutes I was kind of dabbling with it, and then I guess it's a Retina display. Dude, it was pretty legit. Nice. Like I was like, I don't know. I've never used a Mac that much. I've kind of dabbled in them a little bit, not much, but I'm telling you, like as much as I hate to say it, if they came up with a foldable device, I would at least try iOS as a personal device just to see what I've been missing. My first actual smartphone was an iPhone 4, technically. Back in the day when I was coming, then I switched to the HTC One M8, and then I bought my first Lumia, the 1020, and then I was hooked on Windows Phone. That was the end of it. But I thought it was interesting. I honestly, with the Apple, when my wife finally talked Becky into getting an Apple Watch because she's been like, just get the damn thing. If you have,
I was going to ask how she's getting on with that.
She loves it. She's what's great now is because she always forgets to take her meds, so it reminds her, hey, take your medication. You know what I mean? There's so many things. Not only just from a communication, and she doesn't really use it for communication. Although I did see her the other day, we were sitting in the car. She was actually dictating a text message.
That's good though. So she's actually getting a lot of usage out of it.
She's the one like, oh, I'm not going to use that. And there was that same argument for like 3 years. I don't need one. I'm not spending $190. Well, she got the SE, right? The iPhone or the iWatch SE, and she loves it. And now she wears it all the time because she had like before she had like a Pebble. And then she had like a little Fitbit kind of thing. And she never wore it, constantly got lost, wasn't on her wrist. It was like, she's been wearing it and it's been helping her maintain her medication because she has a tendency to forget those things. She really likes it. And finally, I'm like, see, I was trying to tell you the whole time it would come in handy for you.
Yeah.
So if you've got an iPhone, if you've got an iPhone, it's a no-brainer, I think.
No, it's absolutely. And if I had an iPhone, I would not buy any other watch other than Apple Watch. Yep. Period, hands down, full stop. And as much as I love the Android Wear and stuff, I like Samsung stuff and Huawei and that kind of thing. If you have an iPhone, you absolutely should have an Apple Watch with it. And now I can understand why now I can get it. Now I get the iPhone, the ecosystem. Then I was looking at an iMac. I get it. Like I never hated on it. I never got a problem with it, but I can see why it's very easy to kind of run into that. And now
I had the Mac Studio for 6 months, and that thing was a beast. It was unbelievable. Like, especially for the video editing side of things. I mean, it was complete overkill for me, but like doing the same things now on my PC that I've got, which is no slouch. I mean, it is a pretty beefy PC.
Yeah. Like
it still struggles compared to the Mac Studio. The Mac Studio just did things so much easier.
And then my buddy that I work with, he actually, obviously we work on all Windows computers, Windows PCs at work and stuff, but he does a lot of his work like on his own. He has an old Mac, and he writes all his Python and stuff on that. He uses his Mac to do all that work. It's just an old MacBook. And he has it hooked up to a monitor, and he just crushes it. It's crazy. So I get it. Like yeah. And then and Ibrahim's talking about his Pixel Watch, battery life a little bit. Yeah. I mean that's
Ibrahim, are you sleep tracking with it as well, or are you charging overnight? Be interested to know.
I think you probably have to charge overnight.
I was going to say, if he has it during the day, if it lasts a day or a little bit more, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sleep track with my Pixel Watch too. And
you have to charge it beforehand, or
no? It's fine. But I haven't used it much. Like it's just been more notifications, swipe away type of thing. I haven't done much on it.
Yeah,
but it lasts a day.
So, and like I said, we're here at the Nomad Tech Project. We do not hate on anybody. However, I will say that the gentleman here, he's got a Snapdragon logo, and Joe's got a Snapdragon T-shirt. Of all three of these people on this panel, I'm the only one that has nothing but Snapdragon devices.
He had to get that in there, didn't he?
He
had to do it. He just had to. I mean, I have no problem saying I literally have no Snapdragon devices other than a Lumia 920, which has got like a Snapdragon S4 or something in there.
Oh yeah.
Still Snapdragon.
But I will within the next week have something else. Snapdragon. Okay.
There you go.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say.
Can you say?
I just think it's funny that everybody's got
an Xperia 5 Mark 5. I'm going for an
Xperia. I'm interested to try one actually.
It's a good offer at the minute. It's a good offer on the O2. Get that free as well.
When Neil gives my 1 Mark 5 back, I might switch it up. I'll go down to Plymouth and rip down his front door if he tries that.
Oh boy, so violence will ensue.
Nah, Neil wouldn't do that.
Record it.
Do that.
He says, he puts this on a charger in the morning when he's in the shower. Bedtime mode once Pixel goes in. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say if you're gonna sleep track with it, you definitely can't charge overnight. It's a little problem. So
nice.
It
would be interesting though for people who wanted to do that. I guess it's kind of a dumb idea, but have it where you can charge it like an actual entry port, like on the side of the watch, so that way you could wear it and charge it. And chances are you'll move around, but at least you can try.
No, I couldn't do it.
That's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Well, like I said, I wear a PAP, so I've got this thing on my nose, and there's been times where I've had wired earbuds, and I've walked up and I'm like, I wake up and I've turned over a time or two, and then I literally.
Well, that's a sight, isn't it?
My hand is literally attached to my face because it's wrapped up in my my KZ earbuds that are right now. I have it like ramped up in my. It's not good. I probably wouldn't suggest doing it. Luckily, it hasn't gone around my neck yet, but I should probably just.
Yeah, I've often fallen to sleep with earphones in.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah. So this is our last show before Christmas.
Yes,
guys. I wanted to talk about the tech we've enjoyed this year, and then afterwards, I wanted to talk about what you want Santa to bring you tech-wise.
I will defer to Dan and give a couple minutes. Give him a couple of minutes to marinate on that, and then our illustrious guest can answer first, because I'm trying to think. Tech I've really enjoyed. I really
anything.
I mean, honestly, the tech I've really enjoyed. I know it's going to be dumb. I just hooked up the Christmas tree again, and I forgot when I bought it's a pre-lit tree. It's an artificial tree. It came with a Google Nest, and I forgot how nice it is just to say, "Hey, G, turn on the Christmas tree," and have all the devices attached to home. I forgot about that. So at least in the last month or so that I've had the tree set up, and I forgot also too that because it's on home, I have my Hue devices in my room, so I'm able to turn on the living room lights. And I forgot
man,
how
that's
much
good.
I really don't dig into. I don't have a deep dive into the automation stuff. However, and I've got the thermostat, right? And I forgot how I have this latent, everything's connected, but I didn't think about it until I hooked up the tree to turn it on. I just used the voice command, and I realized I can manage my Nest thermostat. I can manage my lights. So I guess that's what it is. It's really like what I've really kind of like discovered in the last 3 weeks about is having the home automation stuff, which I guess I had kind of set up, but wasn't really using very often.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You should use it more.
Well, unfortunately I have a thing. So what I have to do during the day is I have to go in there and turn this. Luckily, the speaker on the Nest has an actual physical mute switch. I can't use it during the day because
of course,
of work.
Yeah,
we have a thing we can't have listening devices on. Although I have my phone with me, but I'm saying they're talking about actually speakers. So I just turn it off during the day. But like on the weekends and stuff, like I just use it today. This morning I got up, I was walking through the house, and I said, "Hey, G, turn on the Christmas tree." It just came on.
Yeah,
it was pretty nice. So yeah, I mean, as far as non-phone, that's been kind of a nice kind of like thing to kind of discover again. I kind of forgot about it.
Dan, anything come to mind for you? Tech you've enjoyed? I know it's going to be Xperia 1 Mark 5.
In fact, in terms of phones, yes, I really did like the Xperia, but I did enjoy the Galaxy Fold 4 as well that I had earlier in the year. That was a lot of fun. I have to say, actually, one of my favorite purchases this year was actually this microphone.
Oh yeah,
what's that? What is that?
It's the beacon,
nice color.
The beacon mic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I got this is what I bought to replace my XLR, and that's been really, really nice. I've been really kind of I mean, I know it's kind of gaming oriented, but I kind of like it.
This is a little bit like that. It's a little bit more. It's more sort of catered to streamers. Right. So it's a dynamic mic. The software is fantastic. Just does it all. It's all built in.
I love what Sam did there. Right? Even the people who listen to it on the Audible side, they'll know that he lifted the mic up.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, I was going to say that was definitely for the stream only. Because remember,
well, no, it wasn't. Because the sound of you lifting the mic and the voice changed.
Yeah, I did actually lift it up and put it there. But yeah,
it's got LEDs.
For like and for 100
more LEDs than mine, so it's better.
Well, I don't have the little foam. It didn't come with a foam cover. I do also like too that I think all mics should have this. See at the top, it's got that. You just see it's got that.
I like that.
Well, I like that, especially if I'm at work.
That is nice.
Because I do at work a lot of times. There's a lot of times where I don't want to like mess with the Teams interface, so I can just go like this and just kind of tap the top of it.
And I have no way to mute this.
Yeah,
no mute button
on the device. Yeah.
Oh really?
A lot of microphones down.
And like I said, if you do it, the light. See how the light turns off, so it kind of gives you a visible cue that it's actually muted.
The quadcast that Sam's got is designed as a gaming stream mic technically.
Okay.
So
I just wanted something where it was just I didn't have to because I kept fighting that XLR and the Focusrite, and I don't have enough. I'm not smart enough to kind of make it work, and I don't think I had enough power to it. And it was just like I was constantly fighting it. And I just said, you know what? I just did some research online. And I kind of saw this HyperX. I thought this is pretty good.
It's a good mic. It's a very good mic
for what we're doing. It actually works out pretty well. So
you've got that. You've got the Elgato. I think there's a couple of Rode options as well. There's some really good USB mics at that price range now that are just all-in-one solutions, plug and play, done.
Yeah, I just liked it. It was nice and easy, and like I said, it seemed like it got good reviews. But I could have gone with any of the other ones, and it seemed like it would be a pretty good solution as well. So it worked out.
Got one more little thing that I got this year. So
yeah,
it's got a bad boy here.
What's that?
This is the periodic audio Neon. So it's a Bluetooth DAC.
Bluetooth DAC.
Okay. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really, really good. Just hook it up to your phone in Bluetooth. You still get some really good audio. You just plug your IEMs into it, and you can just sort of clip it wherever.
So any of your phones,
really, really
any
good.
phone, you can use it with.
Any phone. I mean, if you've got like a higher quality Bluetooth option, if you're using like aptX HD or something along those lines, like it's just really solid. I just really like it. and it's
Yeah.
tiny.
How much do they
Tiny.
cost, Dan? Do you know?
Let's have a look. I can find it. Hold on.
So I would be interested in something like that.
They actually sell on Amazon UK now, periodic audio as well. I do highly recommend them. I use their IEMs as well. Very good. This is only 47 quid.
It's not
Wow.
bad, is it?
Mm.
Not bad.
Definitely does
And,
not
it, and
hurt
it's
the pocket.
you can hook it up to two. It's like a multi-point thing, so you can switch between like, say your phone and then say your laptop or something along those lines.
Oh,
if you want
okay.
to do it that way. So it's pretty, yeah, lots of function. Really good.
That's decent. Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in one of them.
Well, Joe, what do you got? What's your pick? Or what's your...
There's so many to say. Going on IEMs, I really love these Moondrop Arias I got this year. Because my ears were getting too hot with my XM5s. So yeah, these have been a godsend, and they actually sound beautiful with music as well. Really good sound. Highly rate these. My good friend Aditya recommended them. Thank you very much, Aditya.
Good pick. Good pick.
Very good pick.
Which ones were they again?
The Moondrop Arias.
Oh yeah, I nearly got those a while back.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, I unfortunately, this is from all the years of listening to Juan and TK. I'm still rocking the KZs. That's my.
See, I got these from Shenzhen as well, all the way from China.
Okay, yeah. So I got the KZs, and I think these are the ones that were, for some reason, they were like specialty. I don't know. They have like a different color. They got like a little kind of like a logo on them. I don't really know what they were. But I just like the color. I know. And basically, there's basically KZ ES4s. Yeah. See that base in-ear monitors? Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
I've got the. I think these were the ones that you recommended me, Sam, as well. The.
Oh yeah.
ZSNs.
Yeah. The KZs. I mean, the ones I had before this, I had the KZ ES4s. I think
they're really good.
I think I paid like $28 for them, and I had them for like a good.
Yeah, these cost 20 quid. I think it were these were.
And they sound great. I mean, it's not, I mean, I clearly, obviously, you can spend more money and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, for less than $30,
they're
really comfy as well. They are really good.
Yeah, I can wear them all the time, and then you can shake your head; they don't come out. And of course, I still have my Pixel Buds. So that's the tech that I do have. I can't remember I bought them, or I can't remember I put them for my camping trip. I actually had what they were they were little rechargeable hand warmers essentially. And they just go in you put them in your pocket, hold them. What was cool was they got pretty warm. Actually, if you turn up to the highest setting, that thing is stupid, dude.
This thing's great. The Insta360 Flow.
Oh yeah.
I've hardly used it. But when I have played with it, it's been fantastic. Highly recommend this to anyone.
So now with that, for when you're like maybe vlogging or walking around, I mean, when we're
for vlogging, but it has got a tripod on it as well.
Oh wow,
the tracking on it is unreal, honestly.
So is it voice activated on the tracking, or like how does it go?
It just reads your face and tracks you.
Oh, okay. I thought sometimes, because I know at work we have cameras that if you talk, it'll turn, like the whole camera will turn to where the sound's coming from. So if somebody's
might be that type of feature, maybe, but it tracks your face. It reads with AI what's in the scene, and it follows you as well. So yeah, it's really good InstaFlow 360. I've not hardly used it though. I actually brought it for Hawaii and then didn't use it much. So.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, you know what?
Get it used.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's tech we actually have, right, Joe? Wasn't
I've still got loads more. I can quickly reel off.
Yeah, let's. What you got? I know the gimbal's good. Yeah,
I've got to mention the Ray-Bans. I've got to mention the Meta Ray-Bans because,
dude, I think those are retail. I think you can buy them retail now.
You can.
You can. Yeah,
in person.
Dude, they look awesome. So good.
I found a color that I really wanted to get, so I am going to get them.
What color?
100%. They were in the blue. It was like a transparent blue, so you can actually see
they're nice. Yeah,
inside. It looks so good.
Now, I had a question though: is if you buy those, can you have installed prescription?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd want. I don't know if you'd want them as your main glasses though. But yeah, you can have prescription lenses in there.
And the reason why I ask is for the first time in like my entire life, I finally decided to buy a pair of sunglasses. I bought a pair of Oakley's, and they are prescription, and they're like so good because I just never use sunglasses.
Yeah, they come in like polarized options.
And so I thought it was kind of cool. So I thought maybe if I got the Ray-Bans, if I was driving
transitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got transition ones.
I heard about transitions. I had a buddy that said steer away from them because it's really a problem when you're going in and out of daylight. He goes in after a while,
Yeah.
it starts to get weaker and it doesn't transition
It's
as quickly. I don't know.
It's not instant.
God, I feel like I'm at my old job now. But it's more so when you've been outside and you come indoors. So
right.
dark, and then I did this once. I had a pair of transitions. I walked into KFC and I tripped over a step. It's great. You just don't get you're not ready for that change, so you have to be a little bit more careful initially.
Yeah,
but they're really quick changing, and they actually work in the latest ones do work in cars, which they never used to.
Oh yeah, like I said, I just talked to a buddy of mine. He's like, man, he goes, if you can just get a standard, just don't spend a lot of money. Just get.
I always recommend polarized sunglasses.
They're awesome.
It can't be beaten.
Yeah, absolutely. What else you got, Joe?
Well, my S8 Ultra Tab, I absolutely love it as well. I got that on MeWe classified group on PSC. Actually, got it for a bargain. Really good.
That's a good jam. There's a lot of good stuff on the PSC classifieds. There's a lot of stuff on there. And by the way, speaking of the PSC and the MeWe group, we have a MeWe group here.
We do. Yes, we do.
And we do. So you should check that out on the Nomad Tech Project. I don't go to it very often because I just don't generally participate in that kind of stuff because I'm just too busy and stuff. But yeah, we have a MeWe group. You should check it out and sign up. And then me and Joe get you in. It's a good conversation. I need to be, again, an early New Year's resolution. So that way I can stop doing it 10 days after the New Year. Is to try to be more participant in the MeWe group and that kind of thing. Because I'm just bad about it.
Yeah. Well, no one is at the moment. So it's still growing. Very slowly, but it's growing.
Yeah, so just go to MeWe, download it on your phone, or you can go. I think you have there's a web client. You can do that.
Dan, you on MeWe?
Yeah.
Get on MeWe now.
I'll have a look.
I think you'll actually like it. It's
platforms, mate. There's so many things to keep track of these days, and it's like
honestly,
I tried keeping up with like Mastodon, and I've sort of slacked on that now.
I haven't even checked out Mastodon. I need to check out
Twitter and Threads.
So my question, well,
don't bother, Sam. Honestly.
I tried the Threads and and Mastodon. I've heard of it. It's pretty. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to check it out. Yeah.
MeWe's obviously it has its flaws here and there, but don't they all? But it's one of my favorite actually. I really enjoy MeWe. I highly recommend it as a platform for anyone.
Yeah.
Because PSC is a great community on there, and that's what inspired me to make ours. Because it really is good.
Yeah,
so you've got a chat function, you've got a group function, you can make side groups off of that as well. It's really good.
Yeah, you should check it out. So that's where we are. We're on the MeWe group, so check us out there. And also check us out on the Nomad Tech Project YouTube channel. And Lenny and the crew does a great job over there. They have some more videos they posted. So obviously,
I say Lenny and the crew. It's Lenny.
Well, Lenny and the crew. I just like to say, just because they're busy and they come in and out. I don't want to be exclusionary, right? I don't want. And if you notice, folks, that I have a black background, and I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna zoom out just because you can see how janky it is. So that's what it is. And I actually put those eyelets in myself. How do you like that?
He's very happy with this.
Very crafty
about it.
Yeah, I'm very happy about it.
You are crafty.
I'm very crafty. Apparently, I'm a crafty person. I didn't know I could do all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll make my sweater next or something. So anyway, I'm back in the office now, and I have the black background. So now, hopefully, that will help with all that kind of stuff.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
That's look good.
It's better than normal. It's better than nothing. It's better than having my wife's background and then also being upstairs.
Just don't wear a black hat.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about the black hat. I thought about maybe a green. I could do a green screen. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe in season 4. I doubt it. Whatever.
I'll roll mine out when you do, and we'll do crazy backgrounds.
Absolutely. So now we're into the segment of what we don't have and what we wish we did have in 2023. Well, I know clearly that this is because there's so much. We should have no problem finding something.
We should
one or two things that we would like. Man, I really wish in 2023 I would have been able to snag this, either because of not availability or budget or whatever. But what are a couple of things, Dan, you can think of in 2023 that you're like, man, I really wish this was waiting in my tree here in a few days?
There's a couple of phones, I'm sure.
Well, Pixel 8 Pro I still haven't got hold of. Very much.
Now, have you ever had the Pixel 8 Pro or no?
I haven't owned it at all. I've had a little play on it on Macs. Had a quick look in phone shops and stuff as well. but not actually got hold of one. So I'd very much like to get the Pixel 8 Pro.
Gotcha.
The DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I've been seeing quite a bit of, looks
That
very
does look cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Dale Von's been absolutely going crazy for that thing.
Yeah. I've
He's
seen some of his
loving it.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just looks fantastic. And I also I mean, I'm going to be building a secondary PC build sort of for like testing purposes and you know, just have a little extra something on the side to sort of mess around with. So I wanted to get like an Intel Arc GPU in that with an Intel CPU and just have like an Intel build because I've never had that and I really wanted to get that sorted this year, but it's probably going to be next year now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're gonna film you building this or for the channel?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Do it.
We'll see how we cook up. The only other thing as well, I have to say that I really wanted to pick up was the Rode Wireless Pro wireless mics.
Nice.
So that's just a really good system to have. Want to try and get out and just film more. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Easy to do
that myself.
Yeah.
Joe, what you got?
Well, phone wise, it's definitely the Xiaomi 13 Ultra. I really wish I had hands on.
I probably
with
should have said that as well.
Yeah.
Now, is for the camera chops, I guess.
Oh,
yes, of course. Yeah. And to be fair, I've never actually tried a Xiaomi. So,
same.
I had two. I had the Mi Mix, so the little slider. That was pretty cool. I think it was Mi Mix 3. I think it was.
The Mi Mix 3 looked really good.
And then I had for the trip to Puerto Rico, I actually had the Mi 11. So, and I had the vegan lid the back, which I love that phone. It's one of the few phones I got rid of. I'm like, man, I really wish I would have kept it. I really liked that Mi 11. I thought it was a pretty solid device for me.
So if I had the vegan leather back, I'd be tempted not to case it.
Oh, I wouldn't case it. That no.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I'd want the camera kit for the 13 Ultra. Although Juan has had issues with his.
Say.
Well, he showed it. Did he show
they glued it or something?
Wasn't the case like in the corners? Wasn't it like cracked?
Yeah, it's quite poor, really.
Yeah.
Not had it that long, really.
I was gonna say it didn't have it that long. Like a week or two, or a couple.
And I think he paid for the kit separately, so it wasn't part of a deal where he got it free. He paid for that separately. So yeah, it's very annoying for him. Bad quality. But I'd like to try it still.
So do you have a non-phone?
A non-phone thing. There's a load of different handheld gaming. Which one would I want to try them all, to be honest?
You got the ROG Ally, you got the
literally so many of them came out this year. And they all appeal to me. Yeah.
Really good.
I'd love to have got my hands on any one of them, to be honest. Not like much of a gamer, but because I do my bus journey, a handheld would actually have got used. So it would actually work for me.
Would you have liked to have got hold of the Ibrahim's mentioned the OnePlus Open, which is something I forgot about? I would have really
without a doubt
to get hold of that as well. Yeah.
Yes, without a doubt.
And I guess that's a good question. Is it not coming to O2 that you're aware of?
No, O2 don't stock OnePlus. They do Oppo or Oppo.
Yeah, but not even all the Oppos because we don't get them all anymore, do we?
No, because most of them haven't come globally, sadly. That's talking of phones. The Find X6 Pro would be the other phone. I wish I'd got hands on.
Yeah.
So I guess phone-wise, it would definitely be I want to still try the Pixel Fold. I wanted to try them all. I wanted the Pixel Fold and I wanted the OnePlus Open. I wish I would be able to try all three because, again, like I said, I've got this, and
let's face it, we'd like to try everything.
We would like to try everything, but I don't have we don't have a cool setup, and we don't have any kind of sponsors that send us phones because we're not really reviewing them. So why would they send it to us? However, I would have liked to try all the foldables, but I guess I noticed something, and this is just a quick little aside to this. Nothing works like a Duo to me. I don't.
Yeah, it's true.
Because remember, Duo, it forces you to multitask because of the two screens. When you're always here. You're always in the screen. You have the one on the one side, and then you get to go to the other side.
I'm going to be loaning a Duo from a friend shortly.
Oh, dude, I'm
going to see finally properly how it works. I mean,
one or two.
I've watched the first one.
Yeah,
I have obviously.
You could have borrowed mine.
True, yeah.
Because Joe's not using it because he's not about that life.
Yeah,
I know, but you're going to end up loaning out everything at this rate, Joe. Like,
yeah,
yeah. So it said I noticed that when I do use my Fold, it's when I do open the screen, and actually I'm probably in the main screen open a lot more than most people are, just because.
Yeah, so you actually
it's only because the Fold's too thin. No, it's just because when you've been using one of these for 3 years, you're automatic. I automatically go to it, and I think anybody who's using a Duo, like our buddy of the friend of the show, Shane Craig, Scary if Literal, if you're having this phone and you've used this for like a couple of years, you're so used to just having to open it to get involved because you have to there's no outer screen. It makes transitioning to this and actually deploying it to this screen. It's all that muscle memory. You're used to actually just opening it up as the default. The problem is, when I open up as a default, I'm presented with just a larger canvas of the one app I'm using. And then I have to sit there and deliberately go to the bottom, into the thing, and drag it up. I do like the fact, though, that when you want to drag something up, you can actually drag it up and have it horizontal or vertical. I kind of do like that. Or if you put it in the lower quadrant, it'll be split in the middle. That I do like. And obviously, I think the Fold is a way better device, capability and software-wise, than the Duo.
Sam, you have the Fold pen, don't you?
Yeah, it comes in. Yeah.
Do you use it much?
Yeah, actually I do. The other day, well, remember when I sent you the picture of that courthouse, and I showed you where the Canon shot was, because a lot of
you circled that with the.
I took the pen out. I just popped the pen out like this, and kind of like just get it out.
So that was a nice shot. You should share that on your socials.
Yeah, I should. And actually, I took that shot with the Moto Razor Plus.
Yeah, you said yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's indecent.
Sam is all about the Fold flippy dippy life.
Dude, I'm telling you that. And then the thing I was going to tell you is the one I really wish I would have got the Open. I almost did. I just couldn't. For some reason, I had this issue where I cannot get a payment to clear on OnePlus's website. I have no idea what it is. Anytime I try to authenticate using a Discover card or a Visa,
it's blocked you.
It throws an error. It just says we cannot complete this transaction. It's the stupidest thing in the world. I don't know. And I had the same problem when I was trying to get the OnePlus 11 a little bit ago. Trading up. So I still have the OnePlus 10 Pro. My buddy is actually in Belize. He's a guy at work is using it because he needed an unlocked device. So I let him borrow that while he's on his trip. But yeah, I really wish I would have got a chance to get all the foldables. I really wanted to try. And also I wanted to try the flippy dippies. I wanted to try the Oppo flippy dippy and the Huawei Pocket and all those kind of things. It just sucks as an American. You can't really get access to those. And even if I did, I couldn't actually throw a SIM in and use it because it won't work on AT&T. And even when Gigi gave me the Find N2, I tried to use that and I could not get it to work on Mint or T-Mobile at my house. I could not get it to connect.
So that's a real issue for you in the US, isn't it? Sadly.
Yeah, and then again, and to be fair though, that's only for the small segment of people like us and the folks that are watching this channel and watching the show, right? They don't care. They have an iPhone. In the United States, 65% chance you have an iPhone anyway, and the other 35% are going to have a Samsung or a Moto or some device that they are using that will work no matter what. It's like there aren't many people. I still have not run into anybody in the wild using a Huawei or an Oppo in the US. I've seen a couple of people have a Sony, like one guy at work one time I saw him have a Sony Xperia. And every once in a while you'll see like a Moto and you'll see something else, but for the most part it's really iPhone, Samsung, Motorola every once in a while, maybe an Xperia or OnePlus. I saw OnePlus at
very mixed there, yeah. You see a lot of Samsungs. Samsungs you tend to find more so adults, old generations, and then you've got younger people who tend to mostly rock iPhones.
Yeah. When you see the Samsungs, though, they're still S9s, S10s.
S10s all over the place, man.
Yeah,
loads
all
of them
over the place. And then you see a lot of Pixels now. You see a lot of Pixels now.
Starting to see more of them. Yeah, definitely.
And I agree with Simon. That is, I will tell you, if you're a person who
very good e-reader, yeah,
likes to read a lot of,
I'm trying to get back into reading.
A Kindle or whatever. Dude, I'm telling you, this thing is
Yeah.
perfect for reading anything like comic books, regular, Kindle.
See, Sam, I
book.
got my 256 Duo,
Oh yeah,
256 gigabyte Duo for 200 quid,
there you go.
which is actually pretty decent.
Some
Dude, it's
Kindles
awesome.
cost that much now.
Yeah.
So,
And I've used, I've put some gaming on it, some Mario.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing about. And I was actually watching. I didn't catch the gentleman. He only had like 4,500 subs. So, he was talking about using a OG Duo in 2023. Did a really good job, and he was talking mostly about the emulation. He goes, really, if you're into the DS emulation or any kind of emulators,
it's really good for emulation. Really good.
This is the device because you got your backbone or whatever you can use your But if you don't have that available, a lot of these ones will have the on-screen. I mean, you're basically rocking it like this. I mean, you're just like, I'm almost like having a DS. It's almost a DS killer.
Well, I plugged the controller into it and it works really well.
Yeah, it's a shame because Microsoft really could have. Again, it's one of those things.
Again, I know we always get there, don't we?
It's just Microsoft.
RIP Stadia, the Stadia controller.
Right. It's just this Microsoft's incapability of really making their devices like reaching out to people who would actually use the damn things, like regular people. They just do not put it out there. And they just figured,
I guarantee the Duo would be more practical for some people for the sorts of things they do compared to a Galaxy Fold. But they'll just buy a Galaxy Fold because.
Right.
But Microsoft can't just explain that and market it the right way. And
do you know what? It would be better than some of the cheap tablets you can buy. At 200 quid, like I got mine at, it's better than some of the cheap tablets you can buy. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. And then you got the extra convenience of it's on Wi-Fi, it works pretty good, but it throws SIM in it, and you can use it as a communication device. Hook it up to a watch or hook it up to a pair of earbuds, and you don't have to. Everybody's like, well, it sucked having to hold this. I go, yeah, but do you realize you could have opened it up?
But anyone who feels it realizes how thin and nice it is.
Right. And
it's not heavy at all. It's really light.
And even when you're able to open it and lay it flat. But what I'm saying is if you have earbuds,
like that,
you don't have to hold it up to your ear. You can still do what everybody else is doing, where you're taking a phone call, right? And you have your earbuds, you were listening to music, and then a phone call comes in. You don't actually have to hold it up to your ear. And if now you look at how they go, oh, well, you got the form factor on the open and the fold is much better. I'm like, you mean like this form factor?
Nah.
It's
I still think that form factor, it's just so good,
dude. And when
so good,
and when you're,
the other foldables are it's still like having two phones stuck together.
Yeah, and like I said, and I don't care what kind of foldables we have, you can't do this.
Yeah, that's really nice to do.
You can't do that.
I do think when they added the cameras to the Duo 2, I just thought at that point I was like, yeah, I don't think they really know what to do with this anymore.
Yeah, and I
kind of feel like that ruined that form factor and the way that it could fold like that. They just kind of
had some nice upgrades though, didn't it?
Yeah, because you could get it about like that.
But imagine the Duo 2 without the cameras.
Yeah.
I'd take it like that. I mean, I wouldn't be buying one of those for the cameras. I just wouldn't.
Do you know what? They listened to people too much there.
I know.
Because what the Duo was all about wasn't the cameras really.
They get these ideas at Microsoft. They don't have a vision for it. They come up with a device, it's fantastic, and then they don't have a vision that they can then carry forward, and they just get lost. And they did this with Windows Phone, they did it with Mixer,
Zune.
They did it with Zune, and then obviously Duo as well. That this is just what they always do.
Yeah, even they come out with the band, and I know they had some hardware problems.
I love the band.
But I mean, if I could get the band to actually work, I would use the band all the time. I thought the band was really good, and I know some people there were a lot of people that had issues with the band ripping, but I like the rubber. I just like the curvature of it. And the
Band 2 for me is still my favorite wearable.
Yeah, and it was a shame. And like I said, it's just Microsoft just doing what they always do, which is getting devices out there that maybe have pretty good and transformative hardware, but just not telling anybody about them.
Yeah.
And not really, that's $1 trillion company. Microsoft can throw a bunch of money behind it and they can make it, they could have been relevant in the Windows Phone. Windows Phone still could have been a thing, but it's whatever. I mean, it's just that's why I feel bad, but I do think that the Duo, unfortunately, is really the last Microsoft hardware thing you're going to see that isn't a computer.
Guys, is there anything else? If you was sat on Santa's knee right now, what would you ask him for?
I think I want to try not the Steam Deck, but the Asus.
To not touch me.
Yeah.
The Asus thing, I don't know what that is. I apologize. It's the ROG. Is it the ROG Ally?
Yeah, the Ally. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks pretty baller. And I think I saw Galen in the chat, and I do.
Yeah, Galen's in the chat. Yep.
Yeah, and I think he has got the ROG Ally. I don't know.
I think he has. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like I'm like,
yeah,
I like the design of it. I'm never, and that's funny is with.
It's more capable than the Steam Deck.
Asus
and stuff.
You know, with their phones and stuff, I always kind of like the ROG phone. I'm like, it's a little aggressive, and it's definitely
still mobile games.
It still looks very much like a gaming, but I look at their handheld. I'm like, dude, that Ally. I think I'm feeling that. I would really like to try that out. I would love to use the Ally. That looks
2024 cool. Could be a big year for handheld gaming devices.
It will be. I think it will be. There just seems to be a lot coming out, and they seem to be pretty popular. People are really buying into them.
Yeah, they do seem to be popular.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Nintendo with their Switch sequel. I think we'll probably get some news next year.
See, that's what's good about it as well. It's going to push Nintendo to be better. That's what we want.
I think they've been waiting on Nvidia to sort out the hardware side of things, so we'll see.
Yeah, I got the OG Switch. I don't use it very often.
I never used it. I never used mine.
And I tell you what,
send it my way.
Well, and I tell you what I did use the other day, and I hadn't used in a while. Is my old PS Vita. I had an old PS Vita.
Did you see?
I always wanted one of them. Always wanted.
Mr. Who's the Boss today? I bought every PlayStation handheld video.
Yeah.
I remember the PSP Go. I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it was I think that it was too kind of tight. You know, I liked having just no UMDs and just load everything and just it had the slit. You just slide it up. The problem is it needed to be a little wider because when I would use it, it would just be too cramped, and after a while, it was just too tight. But I had the PSP Go. I had the original. I had them all. I had the PSP 1001, 2001, 3003, or whatever it was, and then the Go. And then I got the Vita. I still have the Vita, and I love that thing. I just love the Vita. It's just a lot of fun. I had a camera in it, right? It was potato, right?
Yeah, I remember trying it at a gaming event. It was a very nice hardware.
Yeah, I love the Vita, and it's good because I really the only game I play on it right now is Luminous because I still love that game. I don't know why.
Wow.
And then Hot Shots Golf. That's always been my favorite. I just love the Hot Shots games. I don't know why they're stupid because they're all pretty much the same, and I'm always crushing it. But Vita was pretty good hardware. I really wish the Sony would.
Dan, you're on Santa's knee. What were you asking for?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I really would.
You know what? I'm kind of. God. I don't know. I honestly don't know. There's so many just random things that I'd want.
See what pops up.
Yeah, I mean next year. I'm just looking forward to seeing what comes next year. Good.
Yeah.
Good joke,
well, that's what I was going to go into. Actually, so lovely. You said
there.
That.
You go.
What are you guys excited for 2024? What tech excites you that you've seen leaks or rumors for? I'll tell you what I'm excited for.
What's that?
I can't wait for laptops with the X Elite chipset in them.
That's the big thing, for this year.
Yeah,
this year coming.
Be massive,
100%. And I am definitely going to do my damnedest to get a hold of one.
Yeah.
I'm not in the market for a laptop, but yeah, I'd like to see what they come out with and look at how they benchmark and how they perform.
I did get a new laptop a couple of weeks back, and it's now been returned.
Wait, is that part of your Windows Central thing, or?
No, it's not actually. It was just a laptop that I actually bought, but it was sort of for work purposes. So I had something that I could use out and about to get out of the house more. But it's an Acer Swift X16, so I had like a Ryzen 7848 HS and a RTX 4060 in there, I think it was. Nice laptop, OLED screen was beautiful. The charger died within 2 minutes of me turning on the laptop.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a faulty device.
Yeah. The charger was faulty. I got a 100-watt USB-C charger that powered it just fine. But it also had one of those proprietary, pin, whatever you call them. I can't remember. Barrel chargers.
Right.
And I couldn't just get that replaced, obviously. So I had to return the entire thing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No, so you didn't get an exchange?
No. I just like, sod it. No. I'm just going to leave it.
Wait till 2024.
And then my plan was to have that and then get a Snapdragon one anyway and compare them.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Interesting. Ibrahim's comment here. Mass adoption of solid state cooling in laptops. Okay. I don't know much about that topic, so that would be something that Ibrahim would have to try to either educate me or have to read about.
I don't know loads about it, but yeah. I don't know if they'd use something like that in the Snapdragon. I mean, they wouldn't need fans in a lot of the
a lot of them will be fanless.
Laptops, so it should be pretty. It's going to be really interesting to see how they compare to the MacBooks. That's going to be really good.
Yeah, and
benchmarks well against it. So
computer is USB, PD, everything. Yeah.
That's the thing. The laptop had support for the USB PD charging and with the barrel charger, but the barrel charger was faster. It was like 140 watts or something. So,
you want the faster option.
Whenever you plugged in the 100-watt charger, it was like, oh, it's charging slowly. I was like, okay.
100 watts.
100 watts. Yeah, charging slowly.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Joe? What are you looking forward to other than the improvements to the Snapdragon? I mean,
other than X Elite laptop, what else am I excited for? Well, I didn't get to try the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, so maybe the Xiaomi 14 Ultra if it's global.
Yeah, that would be good.
If it's global.
Right. I would like.
Rumors, but it's not.
Yeah. I think I might take it. I'd like to see what they do to improve the Pixel Fold, but I might take a swing on the Pixel.
Yes, that could be massive.
Could be very good.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, by that time I'll be able to upgrade from the Fold 5 at AT&T, and they will carry the Pixel Fold. If the Pixel Fold 2 is pretty sweet, I might take a swing on it. I think I'm really looking forward to, considering the fact that I think Duo 3, I think the Duo project is pretty much essentially over at Microsoft.
I feel like the Pixel 2 Fold 2 could be massive. Could be really good.
I think if they can improve, I think that the try to get the wing to weigh a little less. I don't really.
It's the weight, yeah.
I don't care about the bezels. I've been rocking a Duo and it's been bezels. Bezels are fine. If whatever, it's fine. If you have a foldable, you need a little bit of a bezel, I think, to hold on to something.
Bezels are fine.
I think obviously the Gen 3. I would hope they would wait and see if they came out with the G4 before they load it in there. Maybe that's.
I can guarantee it'll have Gen 3.
I guarantee it will too. But it'd be nice. But if they can get a little bit of the weight, but I still love the Pixel software, all those software features, right?
Pixel software for me is just still king.
It's just so king.
I love it. I love it.
And I think that would give me a chance to really try out something else on the foldable market other than what Samsung offers, because
it's always a relief when I switch from my iPhone to my Pixel 6 Pro. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love it, man. Like I said, so I think, and then in the Flippy, I'd like to kind of see. I think Motorola's on a good trajectory. I really think that they are, between the Think Phone and now this Razr. It's on a November security patch. I think the Think Phone is like up to date. It's like on December. So the Think Phone for $399. That's a crazy good price. That's a crazy good deal. And Motorola, I think they may have a resurgence. And honestly, I'm here for it.
I've never had a Motorola, so I'm really eager to try one. Dude, I'm likely going to be swapping my iPhone for the S24 Ultra.
Honestly, if I could get, if it wasn't for the Pixel,
a good comparison.
I would use Motorola all the time as my vanilla Android device.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Motorola. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie about it.
Sam, have you tried Ready 4?
Yeah, it works awesome. It works. Yeah, I mean, especially wirelessly. I throw it up here. I actually used on the camping trip. My buddy he could not get signal. For some reason he had Verizon and my other friend had consumer cellular or something like that. I was the only one at AT&T actually had signal. So what we did was I logged in. He has a TV in his camper. Ready 4. I just basically streamed the entire net. I logged in Netflix and streamed Ready 4 directly to the TV, and we were able to watch the show.
Is that on the Flip?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
on this
Does
on the
the
Razr.
Samsung Flip still not have decks at all?
No, yeah, it still doesn't.
No.
And
So that's
here
good.
and no offense, and Samsung can fuck off because I know for a fact they could get it on the Flip.
Oh, easily.
And the fact that it's not on
They can
the
fuck off
Flip
unless they want to send him product. Then they're welcome to not fuck off.
No, they can fuck off when it comes to the Flip. And they don't have to send me shit. I'm sorry. To not offer it on the Flip is just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
It is bad. It is poor. I think it's Joe. I think it is. I think it's to do with battery life.
Yeah, maybe, but
Partly.
I mean, well, look at
I
Ready
think it's
4.
just to do with Samsung trying to push people to other devices.
The battery life on the one negative I have
Fold.
about the one negative I have with Razr is the battery life is.
So do you think Samsung think that Flip users won't use decks? Which is stupid, because if anything, Flip users going to need to use decks more because they've got a smaller screen, right?
I think Samsung doesn't think.
Yeah, I don't think
maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe it is that.
I think they just don't want to mess with it because I don't think they're thinking the consumers that would probably leverage using decks are using an S23 or a Fold. They aren't using a Flip. That's just what I think that's what they have to think, because it has nothing to do with the hardware capability or chipset or anything else. That's clearly not a code problem. It's one UI. It's like it works on all of it, right? It's just I'm
excited for the S24 Ultra though.
I'm not excited for it, but I
thought the S23 was fantastic, and if it moves on from there,
I had the S23 Ultra, and I want to see what improvements they've actually made. And if they haven't, I'm going to slander them very hard.
There's a lot of leaks. Lots of leaks.
I'd like to really. I'm more interested in the OnePlus 12. I'd like to take a swing on that.
Yeah.
Before I would get the S24. I mean, I'm not saying. And honestly, the only reason why I wanted to really give this a go, I liked having the Samsung, and I do like the fact that the software is pretty good. However, I would like to, the OnePlus of the 12. Yeah, I think that would be it. I want to see how they have improved the camera and all that kind of stuff, because really that's the last vestige of knocking against OnePlus is the camera. It doesn't compete against the other ones. If they can get that camera and the software up to par, I think it's just as good. That might be the phone. That's the sleeper. I think that could be a sleeper phone for a lot of people in the US.
Well, they seem to be carbon copies of the Oppo phones now. Like their strategy seems to be OnePlus market and Oppo market split.
Right. It's Oppo for China,
copies.
And then the OnePlus is the Oppo version for the Western market. I'm okay with that totally. And I know, and Barry's in the chat. Absolutely. Barry. Yeah, thanks for the notification. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube sucking. Oh, here's the thing. And that's the problem. See, Joe, if we go off at 3:00 every week, you wouldn't need a notification. You would just know that 3:00 in your mind, 3:00 on a Sunday.
Yeah, sorry about that, Barry. I put a tweet out literally as we started. I
know.
That points to our professionalism again.
I was going to say to the first minute of our show. Remember, we're like professionalism and trying to run a really solid podcast. We suck.
Great podcast. Put up.
That's okay, but I think the OnePlus 12. Yeah, and Joe, I don't think that the carbon copy of the Oppo. I think in this case is a really good thing. I think it gives, because I think the Oppos are really solid.
But it is for us who don't get Oppo.
Well, we might actually be getting a X7 and X7 Pro global.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
we might
that's good.
That in. I don't think we're going to get like a proper UK release for it. But I think it'll be.
But it's a global.
There'll be a global version. We'll just have
there's an Ultra though.
There is going to be an Ultra as well, apparently.
Yeah.
It's got like a dual periscope setup, which is pretty neat.
See, we're going to want that, aren't we? Is that going to be global?
A Chinese only.
Yep, of course. Yeah. The one we want is Chinese only.
I know. Well, it is what it is, eh?
Well, speaking of that, I wanted to remind everybody that Dan, this isn't his only, other than the game streaming, this isn't his only game in town. What are you doing on Fridays in the evening?
Oh.
You want to talk about that? Because I don't think everybody's been read into what's going on.
It's one of my favorite shows.
I was going to say just like you said earlier about us. I even join while I'm in work because that's how much I don't want to miss it. No, I can't.
We tried to invite you the other night, but you were busy. So
I was working. I was like, and we were in the middle of a bunch of crap.
We had a good chat talking about sort of if what phone we would build, like if we could like pick from every phone.
Oh, the unicorn discussion.
What
Yeah, I
features?
caught it at the
Exactly.
back end, and I heard the Windows conversation. So do you want to
It's
tell
always
everybody?
fun that. Always
So
fun that.
what do you got
Yeah,
going
so
on Friday
we're
night, Sam?
doing a show on a Friday night now over on Twitter, X, formerly known
Twix.
as Twitter, or
Twix.
Twix, as I like to call it. We're doing a space every Friday evening, 9 p.m. UK time. The group of us is called the Bunch of Phonies.
Love it. I just, it's such a good name. God,
it is a good name. Yeah,
so good. I love it.
Especially because Neil's the biggest phony. Oh, I mean,
whoa,
hey now.
Oh, shots fired.
We just talk different topics, a bit like how you guys do it. Talk different topics, get different people in. We might even be moving it to YouTube soon, potentially.
Yeah.
So
looking forward to that.
That'd be quite good to do, but we're going to try to still do some spaces as well, sort of throughout the week if we do that. So yeah, it's been I think we're 5 episodes in so far, 5 now, so 6 next week. It's been good so far. We've had quite a few people jumping in, and we've had some good chat, and it's been fun.
All great guys.
Something different. Yeah, something different.
All great guys. We've had Manos on here already.
Yes.
And everyone knows you. We've had you quite a few times, Dan. We definitely need to get Mac and Neil on at some point.
Neil ain't coming on. We've been bitching at Neil for coming on for 65 episodes.
We'll force him on.
Well, it cracks me up because, we asked him to come on the show, and he's part of the crew, right? And then he won't come on. Then all of a sudden, here he is in the bunch of phones. I'm like, this motherfucker.
I
guy's
kind of
on.
think.
We love.
I get the feeling he just doesn't like being the center of attention. So it's you know what I mean?
I think it's the timings of our show as well. Doesn't suit him, he said. So
wait, stop. When does the bunch of phonies go off on Friday?
9 p.m.
When does this show go off on Sunday?
9 p.m.
Yeah, you could fuck off with that bullshit. Now, it could because it's Sunday. Now that is that's fair.
Yeah, it could be the day.
Don't give me the it's a time. Both shows go off at the same fucking time, right? Are we clear on this? Okay, I'm just checking. No, just I love Neil.
Neil's in trouble.
I do like the fact that this is the funny thing, because of your show was the first time I actually heard Neil speak. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. So so I wonder what he's gonna say about that. We'd love to have him on. He's always had an open invitation. And if he doesn't want to do the whole video jam, although I find it funny that you're going to leverage into YouTube, so he's probably going to be on video.
Exactly.
So I really want to hear from Neil. Like, what's the poop? Are we just like second-class citizens over here, Neil?
I loved how the Xperia grew on him, because at first he was like, "Oh, I'm finding this bug.
Goes with everyone.
Like this."
Oh, yeah. Dude.
The more you use
and it grew on him.
It clicks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use it. You have to keep using it, and then eventually it does click, and it's like, wow, okay, this is really good.
Well, then you start appreciating what it brings.
Yeah. I've only had 2 experiences with the Xperia, the XE1, which was really great. And then everybody knows the story of my Mark 5 Mark 4 or 4 Mark 5 or whatever the hell it is, because literally got the phone, and then the first video watches Dan and going,
should have listened to Dan.
You're not going to like it because the thermals are going to suck. I went, well, maybe I get lucky. And
you didn't get lucky.
The thermal sucked on it. It was terrible. Like I said, it drove me nuts. And so I just funny because I remember getting off that video watching Dan and going, fuck. Oh, yeah, I should have totally listened. I should have watched this video before I bought the
thing. And soon I'll have the 5 Mark 5, so it'll be interesting to see if they've fixed everything.
Now
I think the battery on that will be very, very good.
It's apparently amazing, and even like the 1.5 battery is very good, I have to say.
And they did. Was there? Any, so there wasn't with the 1 Mark 4 and 5. There were no thermal issues. It was at the 5, right? Is that
so? 5 and the 1. The 1 was the same.
Yeah, the 1 did a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but obviously, the 1 Mark 5 clearly is improved, and
no problems.
Are we just going with chipset, or are we going with
Michael Fisher? Michael Fisher released a video last night, I think, and it was basically the leftovers video.
Oh
so
yeah,
he talked about the Xperia, and he said no thermal issues this time around, which is the one problem that he had before.
Was that when he was playing ping pong?
Yes, he said he recorded for like over 20 minutes time, and like there was just no issue at all. And the 5 Mark 5 will be the same. It is a chipset thing, more so, I think.
Yes, it was partly in part that.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The 1 Mark 4, you could still record for quite a while, so it wasn't like
it was. Yeah, terrible. It was a bit.
You just had to know how to manage it, which a lot of people weren't willing to do.
Well, my problem with the 5 Mark IV was the fact that just doing regular computing tasks seemed to kind of cook it a bit. I was like, man, why is this thing getting warm for just browsing and doing a couple of those multitasking things? And that was really what it was. As far as the actual screen and the camera and the UI and just the hardware, and the charging, I love that Sony. I would get another one, but man, gee, even the used market, you cannot pick up any of those for anywhere.
Stan, I'm assuming you're excited for the 1 Mark VI.
Ooh, yeah. I get the feeling. It seems to be this year a lot of companies are sort of really leaning to the telephoto lenses and the periscope lenses. So if Sony upgrades the sensor on,
it's due some upgrading.
I think if they upgrade that sensor with that variable lens, and give it the same sort of sensor as the main sensor, so like a dual layer,
fantastic.
Dual layer transistor sensor, that could be something really, really special as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. They might bring some other software bits and bobs here and there. So
they don't do much with software, do they? Though
I'd like them to bring like a full res photo mode as well, because that's one thing you don't really have on the Xperia, as far as I can tell. There's no full res mode. You have to, even if you're shooting in RAW, it's like 12 megapixels.
Always been down,
yeah. So I'd like to have like a full res mode on there. So maybe they'll do that. I mean, even Google did it. So,
is there any rumors about a new Pro from Sony?
There was bits. Bits, but there's been nothing. I would
nothing
have thought
concrete, is it?
Now, to be honest. So
yeah, it's nothing concrete at all.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the 1 series, I mean, the 1 Mark V is better than the Xperia Pro I in basically every way. So
as an all-round device,
so I kind of feel like, do they really need that?
That's the thing; it's so niche. Like even the Sony 1 Mark V, people think is very niche. Actually, it meets a lot of people's needs. People should try it. But
so my question is, if you find a Pro I used, like let's say you find it for like 650 quid, and that was like, would you get that? Now, let's say if it was the only Xperia, let's say you had some, maybe a 1 Mark III or a 5 Mark III and the Pro I, and then there was nothing really available above the 4 and the 5. Would you consider that a good buy, or was it the Pro I?
I would still get a 5 Mark V or a 1 Mark V over the Pro I.
No, I'm saying that. Let's say there's nothing in the 4 and the 5 range. Let's say your options are Pro I, 1 Mark III, but 1 Mark III is like $500. I
mean, I'd take the Pro I. I think the Pro I came out the same year. Actually, it came out the same year, so they both run a AAA, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the 5.3. 5.3 was pretty good. Yeah, I'd still take the Pro I because you've got that main sensor. That's the main thing. And then the 1 Mark V, you can get for not much more than that now as well. So better sensor, better thermals, better battery life, better everything.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, because I'm looking on Swappa, there's an Xperia Pro I for $772.
Oh, so this was a personal thing. So I'm looking at like.
I always look. Well, I always look because I'm telling you, man. I
see why you're asking now.
No, but there's a 1.3 for $384. But then you got to get into the Xperia 1.5 at $901. Oh
yeah. God. I mean, to be fair, that's the thing. This year, the Sonys really were upgraded quite a bit in almost every regard. Especially on the sensor side. I mean, you look at the main camera sensor. I think the 1 and 5 Mark 2, 3, and 4 all use the same main sensor.
Right.
So they kept it for quite a while. And it's only this year they've really changed that.
I will tell you that this current Sony Xperia 1 Mark V, that's 900 quid. It looks like it's a really good shot. It's practically brand new, so that's not probably a bad deal. If you 1 Mark V, and a friend of the show, Adam, our Tech Odyssey, he talked about it. He gave a list of like the phones like he really liked, and that 1 Mark V was on that list. He really is a fan of the 1 Mark V. Yeah,
because it should be on people's lists, but they don't give it a go, the real chance.
I honestly feel like this coming year. I mean, the 8 Gen 3 obviously powered devices are going to be really, really good. We're going to have like an AI boon. Everyone's going to be talking about AI.
Yep.
But I do think that 8 Gen 2 devices are going to be the best buys this year by far. And you'll be able to get them at like half the price. I mean, if you can give it another 2-3 months and look at an Xperia 1 Mark V, I think you'll get them at a much better price.
S23 Ultras are sort of starting to drop quite rapidly, I've noticed. Samsung's
always do anyway.
So I mean, think about S24 is coming out. Rumors early Jan. Late Jan, early Feb, isn't it? It's a little bit earlier than this year. And when that happens, the S23 is going to be a very good price, probably.
Exactly.
And it's a fantastic phone.
You can see them now, like I think, like refurbished, like new for the standard S23, and it's like under 500.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
The battery life on that phone is so good.
Yeah. And I agree with, and Peter was talking about too, the Zen phones. Absolutely. If you can get access to a Zen phone,
I'd love to try a Zen phone.
That's another underrated phone. That if you're looking for something that's, maybe not on the radar for everybody, and you can maybe snag. Yeah, if you can,
especially something more compact as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did the Xperia 5 as well. I think they're the two phones. If you want a compact phone, I would say the Zen phone and the Xperia. I know the S23 standard iPhone, they're sort of compact, but they're not really that compact.
Yeah, the 5.5. I really do want to try it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'll let you know
coming.
how it goes.
Is it coming to O2? I mean, would you be able to?
Yeah, we've had it.
That's where I'm getting it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out a while ago. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait because any of the 5 devices now, I'm gonna wait for Dan's review just because last time I did, I got burned on it. So
I've done no videos for 6 months.
Oh,
right. Wow. So I will be getting back on it very shortly, and
I'm going to start a new job though, so
I know I've
you
been
can be forgiven
dealing with that and some other things, but I'm going to be cracking on with it this year. It's going to be.
You also got married.
There was that. Yeah,
that was just a small thing.
That was a while back though. That was a little while back. But I'm
but it's all these things like
out the videos more and a lot more Xperia content.
And
so where are these videos, Dan? Where did you find them?
On YouTube on GroundedTech.
GroundedTech. Not that anyone doesn't already know, but
I will be uploading them to Twix as well. So
good deal. Nice. So make sure GroundedTech on YouTube. Go check them out on Twix. Make sure you check out the Bunch of Phonies because that is a good time. That's an hour of just awesome.
Thank you very much.
Awesome chat. With everybody, Manos and Dan does a great job, and Mac and David Neil. And David Kimball.
Even Neil.
David Kimball.
We've had David in a couple of times now. Yeah,
dude, David Kimball. That was with him.
Yeah, he's great.
I like him. Dave
Kimball and him, and when they used to do their Windows Phone stuff, I
a heads up for you, Sam. A heads up. We are going to be doing a dedicated Windows Phone episode.
Oh, God.
And we want to get you in.
Well, you just let me know when that episode happens because I'll take off work.
David's already signed up. David's like, yeah, I'm doing it.
Dude,
he's all up for it.
Him and Vernon L. I mean, they used to do just a great show. I used to be a huge,
really good.
Should try and get Steve to jump in with that.
Oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll get Litchfield on Twix. It'll be a good time.
We're gonna do it sometime in the new year. So cool. We will let you know.
I feel like I need to use one before that happens.
Get it done.
Get it. Yeah. You can probably buy one for like $20 somewhere.
You can. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
So absolutely. Well, at the end of all of that talk, it's been an hour and 13 minutes, and so we've got. Remember, folks. We're going to put the notes in there so we can put, make sure you look up for the Bunch of Phonies. Make sure you go to GroundedTech. Make sure you also follow him on Windows Central because Dan does write and do some really good work over there. He and Zach and Daniel Rubino do a great job at Windows Central. So if you're into that kind of life, check him out. Dan writes good articles, does good work over there, and we appreciate all of his effort. And also we appreciate Dan kind of sort of last minute jumping on here. We didn't have a guest today, but Dan is.
Well, he's very much part of the rotation now. We
absolutely
discussed that, didn't we?
Part of the furniture.
Yep. Every once in a while, we'll throw a guest that may be new, and get some exposure to him, or just at least get him on so we can actually talk to him. But yeah, our regular group of folks. Yeah, we're gonna look good. So I think the next show is gonna be on Christmas Eve. I don't think we're gonna do a show then.
No. You enjoy your time with your family, guys. Maybe look back at episodes you've not checked out.
Yep. And the only other show I think the last show of the year would technically be New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
We might do that and have a good time. We might be a little bit more intoxicated.
Possibly, although I think I might have mother-in-law around, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to.
That sounds like an even better excuse to get away.
We could always do something on the Friday, though.
We could try to do the Friday, or we can just we'll see. But basically, just
we can discuss it.
Yeah, and right. So basically, absolutely, Barry's correct. There is no Christmas Eve show because we want to take a little bit of break, be with the family and all that kind of stuff. So no Christmas Eve show that Sunday. So enjoy listening to our backlog. Got a lot of good stuff. We got a lot of good guests.
We're saying no, but it might happen.
We are not going to do a show because we're not going to do. Well, we'll post in our MeWe group also on Twix. We'll post a. If we are going to do a Christmas Eve show, we might do that. Or I'm sorry, a New Year's Eve show on the 31st. We might still do that because we don't want to go 2 weeks. That's kind of a little bit too long.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, mate. We'll see.
We'll see. If not, it'll just be me, Sam logging in, probably pissed drunk. That ought to be a fun.
I'll join.
Sam will show up. And Joe will come in. All you have to do, Joe, is just join in for literally 3 minutes. Act like you're pissed.
That's not happening ever again.
Like
most embarrassing.
Before, I remember that,
dude.
Was that this year?
Yeah.
No,
it was.
Is it this year or last year?
Highlight of this year.
I think it was last year. It was the show. You can always find it. Here's the thing. It was the show with Scary If Literal. It was our show.
Yeah, it's one I was actually really looking forward to. Awesome guest, and then so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
The last time I was fucked up on a show like that was when I was on the Across the Podcast with Sam and Matt, and I had that was when I had the
you was with Sam and Matt, was you?
Yeah, it was. I might as well been. It was Sam and Matt. So no, that was when I got into rum, but it was 151 proof.
Ooh.
Oh,
no, that was our show. That was our show with Matt on as guest.
Oh God, yeah. But I was. Yeah, it was.
This is how mashed he was.
Dude, I was. That last 10 minutes were a train wreck for me. I don't even remember most of it. I just remember watching it going.
Sound like a good time.
Oh, dude, it was. I had a great time. It was terrible. So Joe and I both have our
history.
Yeah, having a show in where we're pretty much 2 sheets in the wind.
So what you're saying is I need to get on the bandwagon.
I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it.
Although it would make for great YouTube. We're not going to get monetized because
the only time I'll do it again, Sam, there's one guest.
Right.
Can you think of who it is? Can you think of who it is who I'd love to have a good drink with?
Spurt.
Yes. Well done, Dan. Techspurt. We'd have to be drinking with Techspurt.
Oh, absolutely. We got to reach out to Spurt in the New York and see what we can on. But actually, the only other time it would be good is if I ever came to the UK where Joe and I would actually go to a pub.
Live together.
And do
vice versa.
Live in the pub. And who cares?
I'm just going to turn up and just jump in the background somewhere.
Dude, we'll all show up. We'll go to a pub. We'll go to a corner, and we'll just do the show. And if people go, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" First of all, why did you leave an American in the pub? Yeah, and then we're gonna do a live stream, and if anybody just comes up and starts throwing shit and pretzels, and it'll be a good time.
Pretzels happens all the time.
Pretzels.
Do they have
what pubs do you go to?
They don't have little snacks. They don't have snacks at the pubs.
Not pretzels. No.
Little pretzel chips. No?
Crisps, maybe.
Oh fuck.
Peanuts.
Glasses.
Yeah, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right.
Pool cues.
Sure, I'll play some pool. That'll be cool. Yeah, we'll get some.
Yeah, pool's good.
And we'll call it having the time of your lives, like having 3 or 4 pints. We'll call it the pints episode. And I'll have as much. I'll try to drink these two mates under the table. I probably won't be able to.
The Nomad take piss heads.
You never know.
Well,
can you handle your drink?
Sure. I don't think they can handle me when I have the drink.
Oh,
now,
I like that.
Well, it depends because remember, this is an American surrounded by a whole bunch of Brits, so that ought to be fun. Because I'm not coming there. I'm not going to start shit, but I'm not going to be non-American just to not.
Sure.
So it's going to be one of those things where if I'm coming to the UK, I'm going to be.
Sam, I don't think you have the capacity to be non-American.
I know that's okay. and of course, like Jimmy says in the full. Little John, shots. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a massive fan of doing too many shots.
Depends what it is.
It depends what it is because everyone does.
Not Jaeger bombs.
Everyone does Jaeger bombs and tequila.
I am more
give me a bourbon shot. I'll take a bourbon shot.
Sambuca is
No,
my
Sambuca's not
go-to.
for me either.
Dude, Sambuca will hurt you. It's like Uzo.
Yeah,
you put,
but
you put a couple of shots on you, you're going to be in some serious fun times.
Sambuca's straightforward, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, bourbon shot for me.
Just saying.
Bourbon shot.
So, like I said, who knows? Maybe in
Easy.
2024, maybe my gift will be to maybe find a way to fly to the UK for a weekend and try to hook it up. Yeah,
that could be good.
That would be
It'd be amazing.
I
Maybe
may
like
not
have a night out and then do like a stream the next day, hungover.
Oh, hungover
shit.
stream.
Oh yeah. Hi everyone.
This is Sam. You can fuck off. Don't make noise. Just we're gonna sit here for an hour and a half and just be silent. You know, it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good. So, anyways, sounds like a plan. We have a lot of plans for 2024.
Sounds good.
Tech. So
It's gonna
anyway,
be a good year.
absolutely. And thanks to everybody for showing up and dropping in the chat. And as always, remember, stay hydrated per Jimmy. Don't do all that. And also
Always.
remember, next week we are not having a show, but we are still considering a show for New Year's Eve. So we'll let you know. And that's it. And that is the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe for the 17th of November.
And Dan.
December 2023. And Dan, thanks for checking out. Also, remember, Friday, he will do the bunch of phonies, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Enjoy your eggs. Tech.
Join us.
I mean,
Enjoy your eggs. Sure. Pickled eggs. They have pickled eggs.
we have to get the eggs in there. Come on.
He says there's pickled eggs. Is there pickled eggs at the pub? Really?
No, chip shops.
No.
Chip shops have that.
Okay.
There's a good chip shop around near me, actually.
Well, I was going to say, that's one of the things I'm going to do is the chip shop for sure.
Yep.
A good one. It has to be a good one.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine's a good one. Mine is a good one.
Better
I'll
be.
say it is anyway.
Okay. Then I'll have a takeaway. It'll be a good time. So we'll do that. And again, thanks for coming by. Remember, enjoy your tech. No show next Sunday. We'll see you probably on the New Year's Eve show. And for Dan and Joe and Sam, thanks for coming by the Nomad Tech Project. Be good to each other. Be excellent to each other. Enjoy your tech, and we'll catch you all quite soon. Love
Have
you
a
guys.
great
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Take care. Merry
Bye.
Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. All that stuff. Take care.